The Fed gives the U.S. its first interest rate cut of 50 basis points, the first in 4 years. The trend of lowering interest rates globally is expected to begin in earnest.
미국 연방준비제도가 기준금리를 0.5%포인트 인하하는 빅컷을 단행했습니다. 세계적으로 금리 인하 추세가 본격화할 전망입니다.
Yay.
So finally, it has happened.
Fine.
We talked about this, that they were going to do it, and now it has happened.
Yes.
And it's quite sizable, the interest rate cut.
Right. So it was expected that there would be a cut, but most people thought it would be 25 basis points, 0.25% 정도 인하해 준다고 생각했는데
Which is common.
Right, which is common. You start out slow.
Slow.
But the Fed has decided to go ahead and do double that. They did 50 basis points, 0.5% 포인트를 인하해 줬습니다.
So what do you think, what's going to happen here? I mean, are they going to keep doing it, or is this, I hear that it's going to be, they're going to take things slow.
Well, there are some people thinking they might take things slow, but in this year, by the end of the year, there could be another 0.5% taken off.
Another.
Maybe, yes. So it is not official.
Yes, yes.
But the goal is to bring this down. And the reason is that this high rate that we've had was the highest it's been in 20 years, over 20 years, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So they didn't want to keep it this high forever, but this was how they were trying to get inflation down.
Right.
And now it seems that inflation is a bit more under control. They want to lower the interest rate.
It's interesting because there's, I read the news, and they were saying that if you go too slow, it could be a problem. If you go too fast in lowering cuts, it can be a problem.
Right.
So like that right speed and the right amount is crucial.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of what we might call like a Goldilocks rate.
Yeah. What is that, Goldilocks?
So there's that old fairy tale.
Yeah.
Goldilocks goes into the bear's home.
That's right.
When the porridge is too 죽은 너무 뜨거워.
그쵸.
이 죽은 너무 차갑고.
차갑고.
근데 중간은 딱 좋아.
딱 좋아.
Yeah.
딱 좋아. It's
yeah. So
perfect.
in the middle, not too hot, not too cold, just that Goldilocks zone that they're trying to hit. Hopefully we'll get it because this interest rate affects everything.
Sure.
We talked recently about home prices, and this interest rate affects the percentage that people get on their mortgage rates, on their loans.
Yeah.
So the lower that this rate is, the lower that the rate for mortgage prices will be.
So on a more domestic level, but also too, it is going to, I would imagine, have an effect worldwide.
Yes.
Like other economies in other countries.
Right. So of course, pretty much every country in the world looks to America and what the American economy is doing, and then they make their policies based on that. But Europe, the UK, and Canada have actually already started their rate cuts. So
Wow.
they're a little bit before, and actually Japan is going in the opposite direction.
일본은 인상한다고요?
Yeah. So they're planning to raise it because they had very extremely low rates.
Sure.
So it'll be interesting to see where Korea will go.
Yeah, that will be interesting to see
So-
what direction we're going to take.
Right. Korea is not exactly in the same position as the US. So they have to be careful and think about the domestic the economy when they're doing their
Sure.
own.
I think every country will have to consider the local economy before they do anything. Okay, let's look at some expressions here. So we talked about this interest rate cut. And let's talk about this word cut. We know what interest rate, we've talked about it a lot.
Yes.
But cut actually is like 자르다.
Yeah.
Yeah. But here it's used in a sense to
Right.
reduce.
Right.
But how do we use this word?
So cut is often used for things that are money-based or number-based. So since we're talking about interest, it is numbers and money.
Right.
Cut can mean like 인하, to bring down,
To bring down.
to reduce.
Okay,
So you can
yes.
have an interest rate cut. You could also have like a salary cut. 연봉 인하. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
No one wants it.
Oh, we all want raises. No, 네, 삭감.
Yeah.
연봉 삭감이라고 하는데요. How about like also, you can have like price cuts.
Yes, a price cut, which is almost always a good thing.
Yeah.
If you're a buyer.
If you're a consumer.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're bringing down the price.
Okay. So cut can be used in a variety of contexts. There's another expression here, in earnest. So they are expected to begin in earnest. To begin in earnest. E-A-R-N-E-S-T.
Yes.
What does to earnest mean anyway?
Right. So this can be a little confusing. Earnest means honestly. So being not telling a lie, right?
Right.
But whenever you're talking about doing something in earnest, you are doing it fully.
Fully.
For real. 본격적으로 하는 거예요. 진심으로 하는 거예요. Yeah.
So you're eager.
Yeah.
Well, you're eager to do it. You're
Yes.
like, it's going to wholeheartedly do it.
맞아요. 시도적으로 하는 거 아니고 진짜 완전 예, 본격적으로 하는 거예요.
Okay.
본격적으로 하는 거예요.
That's right. So they're expected to begin in earnest. So they're really going to get to it.
Well, I hope that helps the economy.
Oh, I hope so too. So it'll be interesting how the world economies react to this interest rate cut and see what happens
Yes.
around the world. All right, let's read that news piece one more time. The Fed gives the U.S. its first interest rate cut of 50 basis points, the first in 4 years. The trend of lowering interest rates globally is expected to begin in earnest.